Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2023 SHOT Show is sponsored by Hog Holsters. Save 10% on your Hog Holsters order by using the coupon code Survival on Purpose. Hog Holsters, helping Americans wear guns. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2023 SHOT Show. I'm here with Eric Pratt from Gun Owners of America, a very great organization I support, and I encourage you to do so. But on the way out here, we drove out here from Georgia, and I think it was Friday. I've listened to the old internet on the phone, and I hear that the ATF handed down, I'm not sure the correct legal terminology, but basically they published or something their new rule on pistol braces, which has the potential to make many of us felons overnight.
Right.
So, but there's a lot of rumor and innuendo on the internet. You never know what to believe. So I came to the source. These guys are fighting for your and my rights for a long time now. So I figured you could tell us what exactly is the real deal and what's going on with this whole pistol brace thing.
Sure. So they've announced that it's coming. It hasn't actually, as we're standing here now, hasn't been printed yet in the Federal Register. So we're still waiting for that, unless it's happened in the last few minutes and we're here and haven't heard about it. But for a period of 10 years, they were telling people you can have these pistols. They were originally okayed, heavier pistols that have a stabilizing brace. And it was for people who were disabled, so that they could, work and operate a heavier pistol. Well, now they've rescinded all that, even though millions of these have been produced. Manufacturers relied on them, consumers relied on those ATF letters, and now they've just pulled the rug out. And they said, if you have one of these pistols with a stabilizing brace, you are facing 10 years in jail and $250,000 fine. And that's simply for having a barrel that maybe is a half inch too short, 15 and a half inches or 15 inches. I mean, this is diabolical. That doesn't make you a dangerous person just because you have a barrel that's a little bit shorter, right? Here's the other thing. So they've said, okay, but we're going to be gracious. We're going to waive the $200 fee for you to register that as an NFA item, as a short-barreled rifle. So just take a picture of your gun, send it in, with fingerprints and social security number, your address, and all that, and we'll approve it. Okay. Never mind that they only approve things at go through this process about 500,000 of them a year. There's potentially 40 million of these out there. So this could be an 80-year process that we're talking about. That's the first problem. Second problem, this is not like a NICS check. When you're purchasing a firearm, if FBI just goes on and on and on and never comes back to the dealer, as you know, the dealer can transfer it after 3 days. If they deny you illegitimately, there's an appeals process. There's no appeals process here for registering your SPR. Normally, when you want to register an SPR, you get permission first, and then you build your firearm. Here, they're doing the reverse. They're saying, you have that firearm, so take a picture of it, send it in. Well, guess what? After 88 days, if the FBI has not approved that background check, it's automatically denied. So guess what? You've already sent them the paper trail. You've already told them, here's a picture of the gun. Here's my social security number, my fingerprints, the address. This is major entrapment. This is a huge problem.
So by it being denied, that means that you don't have the opportunity now to register. You're a felon.
That's right. Well, here's what we can do. If you're watching this, we need you to contact your congressman and both of your senators. Under the Congressional Review Act, which was passed under Newt Gingrich, Congress has 90 days. Anytime there's a agency that issues a regulation, Congress has 90 days to review it and vote on it and repeal it. They don't often do this, but actually this is how we repealed the Social Security gun ban when Obama was leaving office, and under Trump it actually got repealed using this Congressional Review Act. So 90 days, the filibuster does not apply. So we can get a vote in the House and the Senate. We need 51%. Now, it's part of a chess game here. Biden's not going to sign it. Even if they send it to him, he's not going to sign it. But what it does, and this is just how it works in Washington, D.C., it builds momentum. If he has the audacity, which he will, to veto that, the will of the people, the voice of the Congress, that increases the momentum for defunding and slashing funding for the ATF. We'll make it difficult, if not impossible, for them to enforce this.
This is very clear. This is not a law being passed. This is
Right.
this is a ruling from a regulatory agent, a bunch of unelected officials.
This is illegal. It's unconstitutional.
Absolutely.
Shall not be infringed. It's illegal because, as you pointed out, they're bypassing Congress, passing rules that have the force of law that will send people to jail for violating. That's law, and yet they're not the lawmaking body. The Constitution says all legislative powers are herein granted to the Congress, not the ATF or the EPA or FBI, to the Congress. So, yeah, this is total illegitimacy. Thankfully, Congress can review it. So that's one option. The other avenue for attack is obviously through the courts. It's way more expensive. It's obviously a several-year-long project, but our attorneys, you've met them here. We're already moving towards filing a lawsuit against this. But the more immediate route would be passing this legislation, and even if he vetoes it, then we're going to move for defunding or slashing their funding. That's why everybody has to contact their congressmen and senators. We've made it very easy. If you go to our website, gunowners.org, gunowners.org, we have an alert that's at the top of the page, and with just a couple clicks of the mouse, you can automatically send off a letter to your congressmen and senators urging them to support this repeal of this rule using the Congressional Review Act.
And I'll add to that something else you can do. If you're not a member of Gun Owners of America, join. They are absolutely seriously on the front lines of the fight to defend your and my freedom. And if you own guns, you believe that we should have the right to own and carry guns, I strongly encourage you to join Gun Owners of America. These guys are doing serious work. They're filing lawsuits. They're spending money, and it takes a lot of money.
They're not
a lot
cheap.
of money.
Yeah.
To fight the government. The government has plenty of money because it's all come from it all came from me and you, right? So, but we got to help. We got to help in the fight. So, Eric, thank you so much for taking a minute.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for all you and your organization are doing to help us.
Thank you. Thanks for getting the word out.
And thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident. So be prepared and join Gun Owners of America. See you next time.